Cloudcast Media. Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media. As you're listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, we are so pleased to have in the studio with us today from San Diego Unified School District's Home Hospital and Transition Supports is Sylvia Echeverria. She is the school administrator for the program. How you doing, Sylvia?
Doing great here on a Friday.
It is a Friday. Looking
Yes.
forward to the weekend. I am joined by my co-host, Kristen Fogel. She's the executive director of San Diego Writers, Inc., celebrating their 20th anniversary this year in Liberty Station. And joining us as well will be the producer of the Spotlight Show, Brandon Joe. He is also the founder and co-founder and CEO of Treasure Hacks. So let us get right to it. Kristen.
Yeah. So can you just take us through the mission of the organization to start?
Absolutely.
Great.
So our mission, as you can see, is, and I'm wearing my shirt very
Yes.
proudly because we are very proud of our logo. It is a very unique program where we provide students with seamless instructional services while supporting their academic, social, emotional, and transition needs during a time of crisis. And so let me explain a little bit what that means, because it is a very, as you can see from our pamphlet, we have a wide range of services that we provide, all of them in service of providing instruction to students who are undergoing a medical or mental health crisis. And so we have teachers who go into the home and provide education, and we also have teachers in all those different facilities that you see, such as Rady's Children's Hospital and Ronald McDonald House, and there's a lot that you can see right there. And I think the logo that I'm wearing is why that's at the heart of what we do, is bringing in a nurturing environment for students who are undergoing a crisis.
How long has the program been going on at San Diego Unified?
I think it's over 20 years.
Right.
I came in 3.5 years ago, and I believe from the history and from talking to other people, it's been over 20 years.
Right, exactly. And is that number of students that are in that space, whether at Ronald McDonald House or at Rady's or any other place or at home facing these crises, growing, stabling? Talk about that.
Yes, we have many stories. So the service is only 1 hour a day of instruction. That's what Ed Code says, 1 hour equates to a full day of instruction. But our teachers are really the care. They bring that love and support during this crisis time. And so with that balance of that social, emotional, and trauma-informed care, along with the education, we're seeing students thrive and be able to seamlessly return to school, because that is our goal, seamless return to school. While we do have some others that stay longer if they are undergoing, different procedures, such as waiting for a heart or an organ and so forth. Right.
Brandon, any questions?
I mean, that's just incredible, because I know how important it is to make sure you stay on track, because I get sick at school for 2 weeks and I'm destroyed, but you're gone for months because you have to get prepared to take care of yourself and your health and have no support around education. That's just such a horrible thing. So I just love what you do, first of all. And I guess my question is, what's in your guys or in your eyes, what is so important for these students, or what is a beautiful thing that you guys do for these students?
Oh, I love that. Joy. We bring joy. And music is a very big part of our work that we do. And we have partners with such as Guitars in the Classroom, where we brought music to our teachers so that their teachers can provide that to the students. So one of our teachers at Rady's walks around with her ukulele, and just there's this big joy that music brings, and I think it's really therapeutic because all students are going through a crisis.
Yeah. So I mean, it's more than just education.
Correct.
Then it's bringing that light when there's not much else, and to have that escape, to have that place where they can be a little bit more calm and together with the music teachers that you bring in, I hope.
Yes.
And that's
well, it is our own teachers who actually learn how to be able to provide that. Yes, and actually seamlessly incorporate that into the instruction time. And in addition, another big piece that we have seen is also being able to, those families that live in the home that have never been able to build a community. One of the great results from COVID was that being able to provide virtual opportunities. So our families come together in a virtual environment, and we have a music hour, and all families come together, and it's beautiful to see.
Are other districts doing this besides San Diego Unified?
Yes, there's other districts. I know LA Unified has a very robust program as well.
Right.
But every district has a different way of providing the home hospital service.
Right.
We're very lucky that we have this very robust program where we are in many different facilities.
Right. How many students do you think you serve during
the school year?
Yeah.
Approximately, we kind of 350.
Wow.
Right.
About an average.
So in those 350, are you with that kid every day for an hour, or once? Yes. So every day.
Every day. So 1 hour a day
Gotcha.
equates to 1 day of instruction.
Right. Exactly. But you won't skip a day. It won't be you'll be there Monday for one, miss Tuesday, and then 2 hours. It's every single day.
Every day.
Wow. That is.
And it's provided both in person or virtually. We do a hybrid model.
Right. Amazing what you're doing, and I can imagine that the warmth of those parents, that say, my goodness, my kid is getting this attention, is getting this love, is getting something that he or she may not be necessarily getting.
Is not being left behind, while all of these challenges persist.
Well, I mean, just having the challenge themselves is something. Brandon?
I mean, now I want to comment on that, because the community, at least, is even if you don't have issues with their health, that you just honestly, as a youth and nowadays, feel very disconnected to the community. But that wasn't what I was going to ask. I was going to ask more on the, so you mentioned that this exists in other districts, but do they do it quite like you, or maybe I haven't seen a program like this in my district back at home either. Is this a rare thing?
Yes, I do think it's rare. I've, and I'm new fairly, 3.5 years, but I am trying to connect, because it's it's so unique. And within even the county, I think we are one of the only districts that provides it in this manner.
Right.
And we are it's the largest district, so that's why I believe that's why we have this opportunity.
Yeah. We're chatting with Sylvia Echeverria. She is the school administrator for the San Diego Unified School District's Home Hospital and Transition Supports Program. I'm Drew Schlosberg. You're listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, the nation's longest-running community podcast. We're now in our 18th year, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union for more than 6 decades, just doing great things for us folk living in San Diego County, joined by my co-host, Kristen Fogel, Executive Director of San Diego Writers, Inc., and the producer of the Spotlight Show, Brandon Joe, also the co-founder and CEO of Treasure Hacks. When we come back from break, Sylvia, I want to talk about some of the other programs that you offer. We always save time to ask you what our listeners can do to support your efforts in this. And I just can't even begin to imagine what joy you're bringing to these kids and to the parents when we return with us. Sylvia Echeverria, right after this break.
When you do your banking with Mission Fed, you get great rates on auto and home loans. That's good for you, but something good also happens for a lot of other people. We're not for profit, so we put money back into the community to help lots of great nonprofits to keep San Diego strong. So you're not just getting something good, you're doing something good. Come to Mission Fed. It's banking that's good for all.
Brand amplification is the DNA of Cloudcast Media, and our code is the powerful blending of sound, voice, and storytelling to lift local brands and their communities. Whether it is our Brandcast, Schoolcast, or Causecast platforms, the unifying ethos is all about this community, the one you call home. If you dare to dream and want to explore the brand amplification of Cloudcast, a national leader in local podcasting and other Winfluence strategies, please visit us at cloudcast.us.
I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media, and you're listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, the nation's longest-running community podcast, now in our 18th year, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union for more than 60 years, really elevating all the things that we do in San Diego County. You pick a topic, whether it's literacy, whether it's food insecurity, it's health, mental health. Mission Fed is certainly on its game, joined by Sylvia Echeverria, school administrator for San Diego Unified School District's Home Hospital and Transition Supports, joined by my co-host, Kristen Fogel of San Diego Writers, Inc., and the producer of the Spotlight Show, Brandon Joe. Kristen.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about mental health for a moment. I know that's kind of near and dear to your heart, Drew. And, you know, with the lots of interviews, we always get into just this uptick in, you know, mental health cases, referrals, just seeing so much of that. So is that the case? Have you seen that uptick as well? And how are your programs kind of helping with that?
Yes, we have seen after COVID really more cases of agoraphobia, you know, students really not wanting to leave their home. Wow. And we are lucky that in our program we have a school psychologist, school counselor. And so we are we provide that liaison between the school and the family to be able to get them back to school. So it is a long process, but we're successfully being able to take them back to school, which takes time. Yeah. Takes time. But again, it's a joy when you actually see them walk through the door again, into school. I'm
just always so amazed by it. You know, I have a 5-year-old, he's almost 6, but just looking at all San Diego Unified in particular has so many programs to support students. And I'm just amazed at how much more support there is than say when I was going through school, or certainly, you know, I'll speak for you. Maybe when you were going through school.
They just got running water going.
Right. When
I went to school. But, you know, I think it's a different world. We're in a very, very different world. We've never seen the mental health crisis in 2024, and it continues to grow and escalate and all this and everything that goes with this. And I think, you know, something that we say all the time, Sylvia, on our Spotlight show, no matter whether it's a group like yours or it's the Alzheimer's Association that we have on, or pick a topic, it's not just that student you're helping. And of course, it's good. It's the tentacles that tied to that school. It's the parents, it's the aunts, the uncles, the cousins, the siblings, because now they see this kid in a joyful situation, you know, in that area. Can I help you, Kristen?
No, I just feel like we should have a drinking game sometimes where if you say tentacles, I get to take a drink. And Brandon and I would just be...
Well, it's true though, because, you know, everyone...
No, it's so true. It's all of these organizations, you know, it's not just the individual. It you know,
and that's lost
everyone.
A lot of people. That's good.
Yes.
No, it's that 25 people that are attached to that person.
Absolutely. Correct. Yes, it takes a village. It really does.
Right, exactly. So let's talk about our good friend Jess Barron, and Guitars in the Classroom.
Yes. Oh, well, we've been able to have our partnership with Jessica Barron and Guitars in the Classroom, like I said before, to provide that for our teachers to be able to bring the music along with the instruction. But in addition, that community that we built with our extensive support needs families, those students who are in special education with significant medical needs, and we brought them to this music hour once a week, and they come together in a Zoom, and it's not only the student, but it's the family. And through that, when you talk about tentacles. The families have made their friends. They have now connected to each other, and they had been isolated before because they don't leave their home. So that builds that community, and it's been beautiful to see.
So what could our listeners do to support you? Obviously, any type of resources that you need, certainly an awareness of the program is very helpful. What else?
I think that's the key, awareness that we do exist, and that when a student is undergoing a medical or mental health crisis within San Diego Unified boundaries, we're here. We can be of support and provide that seamless, instruction and care for them, and for them to return to school. So it is awareness. A lot of people don't know that we exist. So San Diego Unified, you can go to the website, and in the website search home hospital. And so if your child is going to be there, that they're going to have a procedure, a surgery.
Right.
Contact us.
I'm curious about the sort of educators looking for work in this field too, because I can imagine being, an educator in a school and wanting to be connected to, a program like this. So who are you looking for? So people that, know about trauma-informed care. What are kind of other specialties that you're...
That's key, trauma-informed care, and curriculum and instruction, very important, because you are consistently having to modify the curriculum and to really meet the student where they're at. But we do have we have the whole range from general education students all the way to the extensive support needs students in special education. So we have general ed and special ed staff.
Gotcha.
Yes.
So, but do you need volunteers at all to come in?
No, because that's it is so sensitive. A lot of these
HIPAA
facilities,
stuff,
you go, they're mental health facilities or hospitals that you need badging. There's a lot of, we can't. I wish we could. But
I get that. Brandon, do you have a question at all?
I mean, so my bad. But do you know where the program came from? The original part of the music?
Oh, the music? Or?
Yeah. And I guess even in the nonprofit in general as well.
Well, the Guitars in the Classroom is the nonprofit organization that the home hospital teamed up with Guitars in the Classroom in order to bring this to our program. But as far as our program, I don't know. I wish I knew the history. I would love to unroot how it began and how it evolved. I know it has had many administrators and staff throughout the years. But I'm here. We're here now.
Yeah, and I'm glad it exists. So that's that. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember a friend of mine used to work in this program. She was a special ed teacher and then worked in this one many moons ago.
Oh, yeah.
So it's been a while. And, the stories, I was just so proud of what she did, but were heartbreaking because some of these kids don't make it through the semester alive.
Correct.
Be very blunt. It's just the condition they are in that aspect of it. And so glad that I hear you working with Ron McDonald House Charities. Love those guys. Chuck Day is a longtime friend and colleague, CEO there. And certainly for those folks who don't know, Ronald McDonald House is right across the street from Rady Children's Hospital. And basically, it's a comfort zone for those parents that, their kid is going through some major surgeries or whatever across the street. And it's a safe place for them to spend the night, do whatever the case may be. And that's great. And for the siblings there as well. So what's the website if people want to get in touch and see how they can...
San Diego Unified District website. And in there, you just look for home hospital and we're right there.
Right. No, I think that's terrific. And with that, almost to what Kristen is saying, is there a shortage of teachers that can be used in this program, or you don't have any problem in getting enough educators?
We are currently staffing 2 positions that we had retirements.
Yes.
But so we're okay for now. It takes a really, unique person to come on staff, but
Yeah, I can absolutely. Now, does the program need books at all that people can read to the kids, or there's enough reading? I'm just making up stuff.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just thinking. No, actually, we have. I guess that's something to explore. You're just bringing me something that maybe we could at some point do something where we do some reading and connecting again. Through virtual opportunities, not in person.
As Kristen is laughing because my job is to create more work for people.
Every interview we do, he tasks me with something. He tasks the guest with something.
Yeah.
Here's the difference: is the guest actually does something. Anyway,
okay.
You want me to be a
I
clown?
could go back to your list, the places that you said that you donate, but
That's funny.
No, but the reason why I said we have a very strong relationship with the San Diego Council on Literacy.
Got it.
And so we've been working with them for a long, long time. And actually, the CEO does a show with us on one of our Cloudcast programs with the CEO of United Way. They just sent out their latest newsletter, SDCOE. They just delivered 20,000 books.
Wow.
So they're always getting books donated.
Okay.
So something to think about.
Yeah, for sure. I know who to call.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We'll get you that teed up. Any final comments at all?
No, I just, again, very proud that our team works every day to provide this beautiful opportunities for our students and families. And you just said it, it also takes a toll on teachers. Compassion fatigue is a real thing.
Yeah.
So I always promote that self, care and being able to, if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of your families. But I just shout out to all my staff for all the work that they do every day for our students.
Well,
thank them. Thank you. I mean, this is an amazing program.
It is a heartfelt program, to say the least. Sylvia Echeverria, School Administrator for San Diego Unified School District's Home Hospital and Transition Supports. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
I'm sure we'll have you back on somewhere down the road. Thank you, Kristen Fogel. Thank you, Brandon Joe, for co-hosting with me. You've been listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, the nation's longest-running community podcast, now in our 18th year. Brought to you by the good folk at Mission Fed Credit Union for 6 decades, doing great things for us living in San Diego County. We hope you enjoyed the show.
You've been listening to an episode of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego community. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
Cloudcast Media.